Welcome back to another typical PNW guy YouTube video. Today I installed my Forward Controls Design 50-degree Ambi Safety using the Brownells roll pin punches for the AR15. So let's talk about it. So if you notice, the packaging for the item is pretty good, and you can see I got that, now that, I got that, all from Forward Controls Designs, and it all comes in packaging like this. So I really like the packaging, especially since I like to save the packaging for whatever reason. And then like this guy, it came with 2 extra roll pins. So for me, if I see a bag of roll pins, I'm like, man, what did those go to? Well, with this, you just stick it back in the clamshell. Boom, no questions. I just got to find this. If I need another roll pin, boom, done. So that's one plus. But over time, I just had a regular safety, and I just messing around with it. I just didn't like the 90-degree. I always felt slow, or like I got it to like 80 degrees and it would mess up a shot. So this guy, boom, solid, rock solid. And so it's got the full size on this one side, and then it's got the smaller one on that side, which you can see. So just enough that your knuckle or whatever can catch it. Perfect. So for me, for install, because I have kind of a different setup. So obviously you got to remove the grip, you got to remove the spring and the detent. So nothing abnormal about that. And then most people, their safety can just slide out. However, my Elfman trigger has like this little tail or shelf that's on the backside that actually comes back over to here. The safety sits on each side of it. So I ended up having to remove my anti-walk pins. And to get this front one off, I had to remove this and then slide the trigger forward. And then I was able to get it out. And then obviously you do it all in reverse. But you can flip these. Sorry about the bad camera angle, but you can flip these. So if you want the big one on the other side, you can. And there's just a roll pin. Let's see. Oh, the camera won't focus. Oh, there we go. So you can see right there is a roll pin, and it's on each side. And so, like, I installed the roll pin on this one, shoved it through, and then I only had to install the one once, it was on the gun. So, and that's where the roll pin punches came in. And first time using, I guess I would say, non-Chinesium ones. The first ones I got were literally off of eBay, and they bent pretty quick. They didn't ever work that great. I think they just were not strong enough, so they would kind of absorb some of that recoil of you hitting it with the hammer, and it would never actually drive the pin in. You had to use way too much force to do anything, and you'd spread apart roll pins, damage them, whatever. But I just grabbed one, saw if it worked, said, oh, that's too big, grabbed the next one down, worked perfectly. And the nice thing about this is you'd bend one or damage it, it's not going to be like the eBay or Amazon ones where you just have to throw it away, buy a new one. Brownells has a lifetime guarantee for this. Same with the safety. So, if anything were to happen, just call them up, like, hey, this is my order number, this is my item. Boom, done, over. Just heard of a guy bent a roll pin punch like 3 years after he got it, doing something simple like this. Brownells replaced it. Awesome. But this, it still needs to be kind of worn in a little bit because it did come with a new detent. So I used everything, the spring and the detent that Forward Controls sent with it. So it does need, it's a little stiff. And the one before that was a Sons of Liberty Gunwork Blaster Guts kit one. So it was pretty nice. It had, some rounds through it, some use, over the years. So it was worn in. It was nice. It's just with what I wanted and kind of my application, I felt like I would be better off with like a 50 degree. And they have a 45 or 50 degree on the market. Um, kind of asked people's opinion that I trusted, and everyone said that the 50 degrees was pretty cool. So it will rotate this way a little farther, but I like it. First impressions, it's awesome. It does kind of rattle a little bit, but it's solid with how my trigger holds it from going back and forth this way. And then obviously it can't move because it's got two roll pins going through that little piece right there. It's got like a little bar that goes through it. You slide the thing on and you throw the punch through, or the pin through it. It's solid. It's not going anywhere. But super glad I listened to It's Millar Time on Instagram and YouTube, and Adam Jagger. Those two guys, pretty good friends of mine, and they both have multiples of these. And so when I was like, hey guys, looking for an Ambi Safety, they both recommended this thing. No questions asked. So that's what I did. First impressions on both products. The roll pin punches and the Ambi Safety. Couldn't have asked for anything better. Even with having to do all this extra stuff up here, I think I had it in within 7 to 10 minutes, and that was even with a dog trying to get my attention and clobbering me. What else do 80-pound labs like to do besides play? But that's my opinion. Now, will it last? That's going to be the question. So maybe a year or two down the road, I will maybe do another update video. But so far, everyone has said they are awesome. They have no issues with them. So looking forward to it. And until next time, peace and go shoot some stuff.